Yeah, man. I don't think. Well, no, we have had some snow.
Attention all units. There's an open mic on the channel. Check your radios and stop transmission.
We've had.
It's sprinkled.
No, it depends on where you were.
Yeah.
You were off that day.
I was in Florida.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Because I kept sending you updates, and you were like, "You're lying. It's not snowing." And I'm like, I'm sitting on the side of the interstate, like, dude, it's snowing.
We were crossing the Chattahoochee River, and you were sending video of snow.
Dude, the thing about the snow in the interstate, I stopped the lady for a little minor violation, and I'm back there, and it took me a while to finish up the citation because I was in awe of the snow. I was like, man, they didn't call for this today. They didn't treat the roads. It's really snowing. Officer safety, yeah. It was out the window because I'm just like, snow. I get up to the car, and she basically takes the citation and just kind of just throws it over her shoulder like,
Attention all units. There's an open mic on the channel. Check your radios and stop transmission.
Yeah, I can get that fixed, no problem. But here's my question, sir. Did they call for snow today? And I'm thinking, like, I'm not a weatherman, I don't know. She's like,
yeah, you're not a fraud.
Yeah. So she's like, the reason I'm asking you is because they didn't treat the roads, did they? And I was like, you're right, they didn't. And she said, well, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, as I'm standing there talking to her, it's like traffic's going by me. I'm like, just do what everybody else is doing. Drive on, lady. But then I get back to the car and I'm like, I better get out of here. This is dangerous. Somebody get killed out here.
Units Castle and Cage, proceed with handwritten notes.
Castle and Cage. Put your handwritten notes. Castle and Cage. Put your handwritten notes right there.
0 Foxtrot Golf, FM, Police Fraud Radio.
God knows how this is all going to get edited out. Again, we record for a while and we edit it up so you guys get the most effective comedic literature into your ears from our mouths.
We make Angus beef taste like filet mignon.
And no sauce, just straight meat.
Man, just straight off the fork like butter. Just like,
Yeah, right in your mouth. Good God.
Crash Response Team, report in.
Since I met Jesus on the interstate that day.
I'm glad you did.
Dearly beloved.
I'm glad you found them.
Again, like the tie, like the 1026, like the shirt stays, things just keep happening. So we've been talking about it. It's been raining like crazy. This morning, we get reports of numerous wrecks at the same exact exit where Jesus stood on the interstate.
Did he find you or you find him?
I found him.
Dearly beloved.
You found Jesus that day.
But he was looking for me. he sure was looking for me, and I found him.
He was calling you.
Okay, so I find the first of many wrecks. The first one of the day there, it was a standard rear-end collision, in the rain, people are slowing down, and boom. Of course, dating back to episode maybe 2 or 3, where are they at after the collision? They pull to the left-hand side of the road, and they're in their little orb of safety out there, walking around with their little umbrellas. Yeah. Just, they think they're safe.
Pouring rain. No, you can't hardly see anything. The rain's coming down. They're up against the left-hand side of the wall. I didn't even see them there. I drove by them. I had to stop and go back. Nice.
When it was raining as heavy as it was this morning, that was a task just in itself.
Yeah.
Those vehicles, one of them had to be towed, one didn't. Luckily, the tow truck, I called for it. It got there pretty fast. I'm like, hey, man, drag that sucker off.
Get it out of here.
Just get it out of here. Hopefully you won't have a residual backup and have another one. Exactly.
Yeah, well, I hit the wrong button, but go ahead. Yeah.
So we dragged those vehicles off. Mm-hmm. Go not only up the ramp, but the tow truck driver was really fast. He put it all the way on the back of the flatbed, and he goes up the ramp and he goes to a gas station. That's right there.
Okay.
Pull in the parking lot and discussing with the guy who's at fault all the issues that he's got to deal with now.
The violator.
All of a sudden,
Bam!
Another wreck. Another one.
Another. Dibbers everywhere.
Another one.
Another.
But this isn't on the interstate. This is right at this gas station, which is at a small town. So the border's right there.
Oh, no.
I don't get that sound when you hit it.
Exactly.
So where this wreck happens is right at this town's limit. I go over to see if everybody's okay.
It's kind of like the time when I was writing a ticket and the people in the left lane wrecked right there.
Somewhat similar.
Do you put yourself down as a witness on the report?
I just heard it. I just heard the noise of the collision or broken glass, either way. I went down and the cars were blocking the road. Do you also remember, this is the same ramp where I was sitting there early one morning and the wreck happened behind me.
Right.
This is where I met Jesus. I've investigated several fatal crashes there. Everything happens here, it seems like, anymore.
That is your...
it's the black hole. It's the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that...
Say that again. Bermuda
Triangle.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I'm moving on from that because I can't say it.
Bermuda.
In the same kind of fashion, somebody's turning across the road to go onto one of the ramps and smashes into another car head on. When I get down there, there's one car blocking the road, another one's got slung off on the side.
Right.
And there's a lady in her late 30s. She's out in the road on her cell phone. Her car's in the middle of 2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
On her cell phone, and she's talking loud. When I pull up, I can hear her, just like the Jamaican fella who we stopped for speeding.
Can I get a break, man?
Yeah, just like him, I can hear her screaming and yelling into the phone.
Yeah.
So I walk up to her, and she's doing that, and she's looking at me while she's yelling at whoever she's yelling at on the phone. And
probably emu to lemu, Nemu to emu.
Very good.
Yeah.
Probably.
I screwed that up.
Yep.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Don't you get it? Yeah, that's a joke.
No. Oh, my. I say, hey, are you okay? And she's like, oh, my God, look at my car. It's totaled. And I look, and there's a little boy in the front seat.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
Jimmy.
oh, my God.
Jimmy.
And I went over, I opened the door, and he was maybe 7 or 8 years old. And I'm like, hey, man, are you okay? So here's this kid's mom out in the road, and first thing she says to me is, my car's totaled.
Yeah,
what about your son?
What about Jimmy? You just abandoned him.
Yes, you abandoned little Jimmy. She's on the phone, probably yelling at her husband.
Yeah.
Because it's probably his fault.
Jake from State Farm.
It's Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing?
Khakis. Flip-flops.
So she's yelling out in the road. I'm like, okay, do you need an ambulance? No ambulances are needed. I'll start taking this report too.
Yeah.
A local female officer pulls up.
Right.
And she's like, hey, can I do anything to help? I was like, just hang out here for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, more blue lights, the better.
You can get started on the report, but we're not going to go there.
I'll just knock it out.
Okay.
It's fine. But what happens next? I hear another. I look up.
No way.
Right next to me. Like 3 work trucks smash into each other.
This is at the gas station?
Out in the road. Meanwhile, the first wreck, they're still on the flatbed tow truck in the parking lot waiting on me to return it.
Yeah.
I'm working the second one. This one happens is right next to me.
Yeah.
That female officer. If you ever seen Full Metal Jacket, the drill instructor, Arlie Ermy, and he's with the finger and the hat, she starts screaming, and she's going off on all 3 of these guys.
I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
Yeah.
Just blue-collar dudes. Move it! Get them out of the road! There's heavy traffic volume. There's probably 50 cars around.
What time of the day was this?
7:30 in the morning.
Oh, it's breakfast
so everybody's getting to work,
Trying to get that beer skit.
While she's still yelling at them, what happens?
Another
one!
Another one.
Very good.
Bam!
Very good. Within like 30 minutes, 4 crashes.
All right, so guess whose fault this is?
Mine.
Yeah.
This exit, the Jesus exit. Yeah. Everything has happened here to me in the past couple of months, and it's just a reoccurring nightmare, man.
Trying to get that beer skit.
Bam!
Very good.
Follow-up investigation.
Well, what have you learned from this?
I have learned that our software in our computer systems, if the person has a driver's license in this state, you type in their license plate number and driver's license number. The internet's connected to it, and it just hit enter. Bam! All the stuff shows up. You don't have to type in their name, address, phone number, date of birth, right?
Right.
And I took typing in high school, like because I'm old, and there was actually
it was
word. It was actually word processors at the time. When I get a name from out of state, and you actually have to type in all of their name. Like instead of the standard kind of name, the Jim Brown, the John Smiths of the world.
Yeah.
Now tell me this don't happen to you. When you get some off the wall name, even though you know how to type, and there's more maybe consonants than there is vowels.
Right.
When I'm trying to type an odd name, do your fingers not work like mine don't?
No, because I'm just that good.
That's all, folks.
Oh my.
Yes, that happens to me when it's like just a bunch of consonants and you're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, and your fingers just don't work. I'm trying to wow, VTZ. Oh my God, I can't handle this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Happens to me all the time. But guess what? I mean, young kids today, their stuff, they're probably just going to be talking into a computer one day and it's all just going to fill out. And then they're going to be complaining, oh my gosh, it took me 2 seconds on that traffic stop. Can you believe that, fellas?
And here's how it's all going to end.
Can I get a break, man? It'll never change.
Attention all units. Effective immediately. Apply infectious disease protocols.
One other thing happened to me a couple days into the quarantines.
With the S.
Quarantine.
That's the one. That's the funny one.
So a couple days into the quarantine, I had run to the grocery store first thing in the morning. Now, at this time, I was in civilian clothes.
Beating up old people. Doing the senior hour.
They didn't label it senior hour yet. However, I left the store. I don't even remember what I got. It doesn't even
You're
really
the
matter.
reason why they started the senior hour. You're just in there pushing down old people at 7:35 a.m.
Listen, stay out of my damn way.
Little old ladies get ready to get a pack of chicken, and you're like, I'm too slow, Grandma. I'm taking 2.
Listen, here at Camp Castle, we don't mess around.
Yeah.
We are going to be...
Survival of the fittest.
That's right.
Man. Yeah.
I left the grocery store and was walking to the vehicle. I had a bag or 2 in a hand, and I just see this short, kind of heavy-set lady, just dramatically, she's out of breath. And I hear this voice say, sir, sir.
And that was your chance. That was the wounded zebra.
Well, I was the wounded zebra because I can't walk away from that. That's the only reason I gave the description, like she's yelling, sir, sir, sir. I can't walk away. I take a couple steps back toward her and I stop. I give her the social distancing.
Yeah, you got your pole. Yeah.
Social distancing.
That's amazing.
10 feet, lady. 10 feet.
So I stopped a sufficient distance for safety.
Right.
For infectious respiratory diseases, stay away. She's proceeding to tell me to start to withdraw cash from the ATMs.
She's telling you to. Oh, yeah,
That's the first thing out of her mouth. I heard out in California, they've shut all the ATMs down. You need to go to the bank to get cash.
You hit her with the Heisman Trophy pose. Boink.
Every word she speaks, she's closing distance.
Yeah.
She's closing ranks on me. I'm like, no, no, no. So I'm trying to backstep, but she's threatening me with this.
Yeah.
In California, they have no ATMs, no credit. So I'm actually thinking, as I'm trying to maintain distance, California's a pretty big place. How in the world are these people in California managing to eat and buy that damn toilet paper? If they ain't have an ATM, can't do credit,
dude.
How are they paying for stuff? Yes. So, but that made me think, like at the time, because I remember somebody sending me an image of a bank parking lot being crowded.
That was me. I was that guy. I had no idea what was going on either. I sent it to you. I was like, am I missing something?
The ironic part was you just happened to be going to get some cash.
Yeah.
But what was really going on, what you didn't understand when you took that picture and sent it, basically the picture was just of a crowded bank parking lot. Mm-hmm. There's, 3 or 4 drive-through lines and 2 ATMs.
Yep.
All of them were jam-packed. Yeah. And you're like, what's going down?
What is going on? Mm-hmm. I think they're giving away money in here. Let me call my friends.
So,
how much do you want?
So I just experienced that. You send me that image, but it set off a series of thoughts. Now, have you seen on TV where they're selling gold and silver?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I have numerous hot takes on this.
Okay.
First of all, as a society, we are dependent on technology. What we're currently experiencing is not an earthquake.
Not here. Not here.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
Not a hurricane. Not a tsunami.
Right.
Not a tsunami. We have power.
A tsunami.
A tsunami. We have power.
Yeah.
We got the electricity.
Right.
The voltage is flowing.
Uh-huh.
Right. We have fuel.
Well, yeah, it's like $1.79.
It's like 98 cents a gallon right now. It's great.
Smack my mama.
So we got power. We got gas.
That was the price. It was $1.75 when I was a senior in high school.
When I was in the Marine Corps, making swoops back and forth to different states.
Making soups.
That's right.
Yeah. The cook.
Stupid. But no, I remember it being like 89 cents back then.
Uh-huh.
However, how in the world, in the technology-driven world that we live in, are we going to go without ATMs when there's no threat of loss of power? We have gas. So this lady's having a hard time in the parking lot. She's really upset. She's breathing heavy. She's breathing on me. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to keep the social distance backwards away from her. And she's telling me to withdraw cash, that she knows people in California that they can't use ATMs, can't use credit. I'm thinking in my mind, well, how the hell are these people eating? How are they buying anything? How are the grocery store shelves in California empty? Because you know what they're not doing.
What?
They're not trading gold and silver.
No.
At the Food Line, at the Buy Low, at the Publix, at the Piggly Wiggly.
You know what they're doing out there? They're trying to figure out if Carol Baskins really killed her husband.
This is true. And for some reason, he seems to have had such a seasoning on him that he was a tasty treat because they can't find a damn bone anywhere.
Find anything.
Nothing. Zero.
Woo!
However, we can't survive on a cash-only society because we need the technology. We need power to get the cash, right?
Right.
What's on cash? Cocaine and germs. Just cocaine and germs.
Dude.
So listen.
Whoa! I mean, whoa!
Like, if you really believe that, you'd be poor. Like, dirt poor. I'm talking about, like, just don't believe in money. That's under a bridge poor.
Don't trust the banks.
Yeah.
Like Wild West.
I need to check on that guy under the bridge. See if he's doing okay. I see him every night. We had our run-ins, but,
Wow.
How you doing the coronas, pal?
The virus.
Oh, my. That makes me think of a great story, and I'm going to lose track about the gold and silver that I'm trying to get to, and you're trying to fight me. You are trying to. What the?
I'm here for you.
But we had a large-scale protest here a few years back.
Very large scale. Well, I mean, not Seattle.
No. But it was somewhat violent. There was shootings. My car was damaged the first night.
Dude, you was like the tip of the spear. Yeah.
I mean, it was going down for real.
You were our Rambo.
Going down for real.
Post a Rambo. Then we were all like around our radios like, where's Rambo? He's out there. That was you.
A couple nights into that.
But you know what I was doing while we were listening to you give out,
Well, I was communicating. Listen, I was ordered by the Colonel.
Yeah.
Colonel John Bourbon. Love you, sir.
That's right. John Bourbon.
He said, I need you
He
to
was
search.
all over the radio.
I need you to search for, close with, and report on activity, the most violent of the crowds. And yeah, a couple hours in, my car gets jacked up. They're kicking inside of my car. Car's rocking. I'm like, oh, hell, here we go.
Here we go. Police Academy all over.
That's right.
But no, hold on. You want to know what I was doing while I was listening?
I don't want to throw you under the bus into a nice soft
Eating
green
brisket.
grass lawn.
Eating brisket.
Son of a...
It was awesome. It was like, man, this is good brisket. Oh, is that Rambo on the radio? Hold on, guys. He's giving out another position.
I never saw or even smelled the brisket.
You got back, it was empty trays.
After hours of sweat, blood, and tears, I came back and there was like a half slice of pizza with a tooth mark in it.
Everybody's giving you cheers. Rambo!
Oh,
Rambo.
Hell. But a couple nights into that thing, we had located some of these paid protesters. And what they had done on the outskirts of town, just outside of the downtown area where all the rioting was taking place,
right?
They were stashing supplies, water and food and whatnot. We knew that they were doing it. We had heard about it. Somebody told us about it. We didn't know where it was going on at.
Yeah, I'm listening. You have my attention,
There's
sir.
a bridge there, and there's a lot of homeless that camp out under that bridge, and especially then because all the rioters and protesters had run the homeless out of downtown. And some of those homeless in that area where the riots were taking place, that they really depend on that for food, shelter. It was men's shelters, women's shelters, and the rioting and the protesting dislodged all the homeless, so they were hiding under these bridges.
Right.
And I know from that area, there's a little creek down in there, and saw some people coming out who didn't look homeless. They looked odd coming out of this little wooded area.
They just look like refugees.
They did not look like refugees.
Okay.
They looked like paid protesters.
Oh, okay.
They were coming up out of this little wooded area, so I let them clear out. I said, I'm going to go down there and find out what's going on. So I told the boys what was going down, and I went on a reconnaissance patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Would you stop? And what I found was a cache of food and water.
Right.
After locating the cache, I went over to the bridge. I said, listen, the protesters that are coming in from out of town, they have water and food stashed just over there behind that building down by the creek. If the Holy Spirit himself had taken over my body, I had never felt so glorious in my life.
You was having a moment.
That's right.
It was a patent speech moment.
Some humans who were in need of sustenance.
Yeah.
It was handing them the fuel that was burning inside of all these protesters. And I was just redirecting that fuel to where it really needed to be. Thank you. Thank you.
I couldn't wait.
Have you ever prepared a presidential wave?
Prepared a presidential wave?
Okay, the Top Secret Son and I.
Okay.
Like how you're clicking through Netflix and something, the screen will start moving, like
Yeah.
the show will start playing.
Give you a preview.
Well, there was a tricky Dick, Richard Dixon, something or other that popped up one day, and it showed him walking up the stairs into Air Force One, and he stopped and turned around.
Yeah, his final...
And he gave that.
Well, I'm not a crook.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. So I made a joke at the time. I was like, man, I need to have my presidential hand wave. You know, so we started doing that in the living room. Then this is before he was deployed away from here, and I was like, you know what? I'm going crossbody with this.
Yeah.
If I'm the POTUS, if I'm the president of the United States, walking down the gauntlet of reporters or whomever, I'm going crossbody. Like I'm looking straight ahead, but I'm gonna go to my left with my right hand. I'm gonna give you a little.
Yeah.
A little 6-shooter to the left with my right hand, and I'm coming back with the left hand across to the right. Like, hey, I see you.
Man.
I see you. Oh, I see you. I'm going crossbody with the 6-shooters, pointing at all these important people. I want them to catch my vibe. Thank you. Thank you.
So actually, you missed the day I did my crossover before I transitioned over to the new squad. Mm-hmm. And I walked out the office and I did that Richard Nixon double deuce.
Oh, no. I would have loved to see that.
It's like the double deuce.
Yeah.
Shout out to my SEAL Team 9 fellas. I know you're listening. Don't hate that we're skating.
Hold on. This deserves this right now.
You are pathetic! You guys are a disgrace! Terrible! T-Bone,
No hating that we're skating. Hey, just because we're getting a 2-for-1 deal at the door, you might be on the wrong team. Look at your coupons, baby.
Well, I'm not a crook.
All right. Let me get back.
Okay, back to the gold and silver.
Okay, so they're selling these gold and silver coins on these TV commercials, right?
Right.
Last time I checked.
Are these updated or old commercials? Like
There's a commercial. It's on TV right now.
Dude, that's a scam.
Well,
I mean, yeah, okay.
hold on.
Oh, did I just... That's what everybody listening to sing is like, okay, he's still talking about a scam. I'm sorry. Let's do it. I'm here for you. Let's listen.
No. Moving on.
No, we're not doing this again. We're not
Moving
doing
on. You just ruined the whole damn segment.
Did you call him?
No, I didn't call him. Point of it is that you already ruined it. Was this. They're selling gold and silver coins.
Okay.
So if you buy and invest in these coins, where the hell are you going to cash them in at? You can't go to Bilo with a silver coin and buy bread.
Well,
You're going to be like, what the hell is this?
Okay, are you actually watching these commercials?
Well, it's on. I have to.
No, you don't, because when I see it, I just flip scam.
In between Governor Cuomo's State of the Union addresses, Dr. Fauci and them boys.
Man. Fauci. You're on fire tonight, Fauci and the boys. Man, here's the thing. You didn't watch the news.
At all, ever.
A month ago, you would have been oblivious to this.
Well, hold on. ESPN's now shut down. I can't watch that.
Classic.
Miss Licious
Mm-hmm.
is a news hound.
That's me.
She has to always have it on.
That's me.
She's always on the news. She's on the news on her phone, on the laptop, on the TVs, always. So that's why I've always have ESPN on. Now I can't.
Yeah.
So now I have to watch Fauci and them boys.
Fauci and the boys and the Tiger King. Man, they need to at least, like 60 days in, they need to give Joe his own show from jail.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. Who's Joe?
Exotic.
Oh.
Jeez Louise.
The 60 days in with Joe Exotic.
Dude, tell me you
in the Oklahoma State penitentiaries.
Man, tell me you wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, I'm all in.
Especially right now, he looks like a germaphobe. He look like
he absolutely is.
Yeah. He just be like, "Oh, don't touch me! I'll shoot your ass!" Yeah. Don't touch me.
I think we're done.
We are out of here, folks. Castle, I'll see you, brother.
Later, brother.
Units, Castle and Cage, off duty.